Hi, everybody. This is Dr. Jane Smolnick with awakenmywisdom.com and biofieldclearing.com. So I want to explain to you a little bit about what is the difference between third dimension, fourth dimension, and fifth dimensional reality, and even beyond that. So it's very easy to understand. We're all inhabiting and have been on this planet in third dimensional reality for a very long time, right? It's a very physical reality. There's a sense of separation. We don't feel all that connected. We do understand that we're separate. We don't always have much desire to go within, to expand our awareness, to learn more. There tends to be more competition, which is, more intellectual, and we tend to rely on our five physical senses. We also tend to do things over and over again. We have to pay attention to our mundane things that we have to do, our job, our work, our paying our bills, our, preparing food and stuff like that. But we really don't go much beyond that. We do tend to be pretty much attached to the past, our past, and we drag it around with us. But then what exactly is this fourth dimensional realm? This is more like a gateway or a portal to fifth dimension. When you come to the higher levels of fourth dimension, the lower levels, it's a much more emotional state. So the lower levels can be the lower vibrating emotions, the fear, guilt, trauma, worry, judgment, fear, all of that. But as you go up to the higher states, all of a sudden you realize that we're more drawn to higher states of consciousness. We want to learn more. We have more compassion. We start to see things a little bit differently. We have a desire to learn. We have a desire to have healthy practices, healthy living, eating good food. We're more aware of things. We're expanding our awareness to be more conscious. We're finding our purpose. What's our true purpose? What's our joy? What's our passion? Right? And we start utilizing our intuition. We recognize, oh, yeah, we're intuitive. And we start to grow and live from our sixth senses, not just our fifth physical dimensions, senses. We use our intuition as well. And we start to seek a deeper meaning. But when you come up to the fifth dimensional realm, you realize we are all one. We are all connected. We're all in this big consciousness soup, there's no duality. There's no good, bad, him, her, me, you, whatever. Everything and everyone holds meaning. We all have gifts. We feel a stronger sense of love and compassion and connection to all. When we realize there's no lack, we release judgments. You understand your purpose here, and there's no more competition. You know that there's enough for everyone, and there's an abundance that we're provided with. We have unlimited potential and possibilities. You have a much stronger intuitive connection as well. And you start connecting more to angelic beings and higher dimensional beings. You see a much bigger picture. You have much more expanded awareness. You're more living from the heart and soul as opposed from your mind and your ego, right? So, and that's more of a spiritual state of being, but that's not where it ends. Okay, that's where we're moving and we're going. But as we go into the higher dimensional states, our perception starts to change. Our perception of time changes. We see that we're just minute in this huge, long history of the universe, basically. We start to be aware of our thoughts and our feelings and how we manifest much more instantly. It's not an effort to really magnetize and attract things into our life. We feel more oneness, right? Our consciousness abilities expand, and we realize we don't even have fear anymore. We understand that the universe is unfolding in this beautiful process. So, what's happening now is, as you all know, the veils are lifting. Our ability to ascend is getting easier and easier. Our vibrations are getting higher and increasing. The light that's coming down from the sun is encoded with information. It's shifting our DNA and our cells and our abilities. But how do we utilize those higher states of dimensional beings? So the sixth dimensional state is really learning how to use sacred geometry. how to see it in all of nature, but how to utilize it in our body for healing. How can we use our mind and our intention to heal, to go further, to manifest, to create, to produce energy? And then the six dimensional states are all about sound, vibration, frequency, right? Sound healing is now becoming more popular, but it's all about the vibration, the frequency, raising our vibration. And we can go even higher into eighth dimensional realms, which is the infusion of light that's encoded with information. And we can go higher than that, learning how to utilize the 0 point field. So there's absolutely so much that we can do. Now, I've been trained for 33 years, actually, in exploring and expanding our consciousness and our abilities, even to universal consciousness. And I've been a licensed master trainer. So my passion is really helping people understand how this works and teaching you little tools that we can use to expand our perceptive abilities, our consciousness tools, our ability to manifest, to create, to heal, utilizing our intention. And yes, it all sounds wonderful. And many of us feel like, oh, I already kind of do that, which is great. But you know what? There's no limit to how far your awareness can go, how much you can utilize your consciousness. Do you know they say that humans currently only use about 10 to 15% of their consciousness? And we're moving into utilizing 30 to 40%. And humans have had our DNA, all the strands of DNA turned off except for two strands to keep us limited. So we're actually able to kind of reinstate, infuse, or build our other strands of DNA and our perceptions and our abilities to a much higher degree. And once you're in these states of higher awareness, a lot of the mundane things in third dimension don't really catch our excitement or our attention much anymore. So I invite you to join me I'm doing a free class, and this is the first class in a series called Becoming 5D Beings. And it's on my Awaken My Wisdom website, awakenmywisdom.com. So this coming Tuesday, March 21st at 6:30 p.m., I'm going to invite you to join me for the first class to understand what this really means. And I'm going to teach you some new tools and tips as a starter. And we're going to build on that over time. But I want you to understand what it means first, because if you're drawn to this, if you're an energy healer, a light being, or star seed kind of thing, yes, you're learning some of these things, but there's so much to learn. But you have an innate desire to do this. If you're in the healing profession, if you are just excited about consciousness, school, tools and schools and abilities, master training, then I really invite you to join me. So if you go to awakenmywisdom.com, and you can click on online classes and you'll see the class for Becoming 5D Beings. There's a bunch of information, and click on the link to register and join me on this coming Tuesday. And then we'll start going into other classes. So I invite you to join me. If you have questions, please feel free to question me or reach out through my website. So awakenmywisdom.com is the one where I do the classes on consciousness. ultimatehealing.com is what I've used since the 90s in my holistic practice for many years, and I still use that for booking one-on-one appointments with me. And I do biofield clearing techniques for people, as well as intuitive spiritual healing, where I connect with your Akashic records, your guides, your angels, and they answer questions for you. So I also teach and certify practitioners in biofield clearing. So that was a technique that's very powerful that was taught to me, or not taught to me, but I work with my guides. I've been working with my guides for many, many years, many decades, I should say, and they really assisted this process. So I encourage you to go to awakenmywisdom.com and join me. Okay, I hope you have a beautiful weekend. I hope you're continuing to take excellent care of yourself, to expand your awareness. Drink plenty of water right now. Spend some time to go within your heart and meditate. Right? I hope to see you soon. Thank you so much. And I send you my love and blessings.